Welcome to Inspired Questions, where I have meaningful conversations with women about life's ups and downs, or I share on my own about what's on my mind. And today it's just me, and I want to talk about something that I think about a lot. Fear, courage, and the scary things that we do or don't do every single day. Before we get into it, I want to open with something Maya Angelou once said. Courage is the most important of all virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. And I love that because it's not saying that courage is about being fearless. It's saying courage is the thing that lets everything else, honesty, kindness, boundaries, actually hold up over time. So let's start there. What does fear actually feel like in your body? Because I don't think we talk about this enough. And it can be a little bit different for everyone, but often, your chest gets tight, your stomach drops down or feels, as I like to say, swirly. Sometimes your hands go cold, they shake, they get clammy. Your throat can close up a little bit. Your voice can shake. And here's the thing, it's not any of us being dramatic. That's just what's physically happening. Your nervous system genuinely cannot tell the difference between I'm about to say something true out loud and there is an actual threat in front of me right now. It reacts the exact same way, either way. And that's part of why fear can be so hard to manage. It's not really a thought. You can't just logic your way out of it or think your way out of it. Telling yourself there's nothing to be scared of doesn't turn off the alarm bells your body has already started ringing. It can help, but it doesn't turn it off. And I think there's a few reasons why fear trips us up so much. One, like I just said, it's physical before it's ever mental. Two, so many of us were taught to hide it. Somewhere along the way, we learned that showing fear is weak, or admitting we're scared makes most people worry about us. So we just get really performing that I'm fine, which means we almost never get real practice sitting with the fear itself. And three, avoidance. I think we can relate to this. Avoidance feels like relief in the moment. Every time you dodge the scary thing, your brain gets a little hit of relief, and that just reinforces the dodge. That's not a character flaw. It's just how our brains are wired. And here's what I thought we could go into today. I think about the scary things almost on a spectrum, small all the way to big. And honestly, I think it's the exact same fear response at every single point on that line. On the small end, think about something like admitting you're not okay, saying it out loud, even just to one person, a person you trust. That is genuinely scary for so many of us. I mean, myself included at different points in my life. There's a phrase I've been sitting with that came to me, saying the scary thing out loud. It sounds small when you say it like that, but it really never feels small in the actual moment. And then in the middle of the spectrum, you have things like making a change that other people don't expect from you, setting a boundary that you've never set before, telling someone a truth you've been holding back for a really long time. This is honestly where so much real growth happens, but it is so deeply uncomfortable every single time. And then we have the big end. You've got things like speaking in front of people, hosting something publicly, putting your name and your work out there where it can actually be seen, being seen, and yes, possibly judged. This is the version everyone assumes takes the most courage. And it does. It takes real courage. But here's the point. It's built out of the exact same muscle at that small end. It's not a different muscle. It's the same muscle, just flexed differently. I would love to hear from you on this one. What is a scary thing for you right now, big or small? I just want you to notice it. And if you feel like sharing, you can send me a message or leave a comment wherever you're listening to this. I read every single one and I would love to hear. I think there's something powerful about naming it to someone, even a stranger on the internet, because chances are someone else needed to hear exactly what you are feeling as well. So, you might be thinking, okay, this is all great. We've talked about fear, but how do I manage it? And here are a few things that can help. And it doesn't make the fear disappear, but it can help you move through it because the fear is not going to go away. It is a part of our nervous system and it is a part of life. The first thing we can do to move through it is to name it out loud. Even just saying, I am scared to say this right before you say that thing that you want to say, it takes the power out of it. It tells your nervous system, hey, we are safe enough right now to name what's happening. And that starts to calm the alarm bells down. Second, you can do the small ones first. Do them on purpose. If the big scary things feel completely impossible right now, start practicing on the small ones. Say the smaller true thing to someone you trust. Every time you do that, you are building real evidence that you can survive it. And that makes the next one a little less terrifying and a little easier to get through. And third, in this one really helps me remember someone else needs to hear it too. And this is really, it's the piece that has changed everything for me. When you say the scary thing out loud, you are not just doing it for yourself. Someone out there is carrying the same fear right now, and your willingness to name it, it gives them permission to name theirs too. And that takes the fear from being something purely personal and isolating, and it turns it into something that helps you connect with other people. And another thing is you can let the fear come with you. You don't have to wait till you're not scared anymore, because sometimes that day never comes. Courage was never the absence of fear. It's doing it anyways, fear and all. I hope this episode resonated with you as much as this has been swirling around in my mind, and I wanted to share it. If you want to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook at Grounding with Ruth, my website, groundingwithruth.com. Everything is in the show notes. Feel free to reach out from me. I love hearing from people and I love having these conversations. And if you found this episode meant something to you, I would love if you shared it with someone who you think maybe needed to hear it. And you can subscribe, review, comment everywhere you listen to this. It really helps this podcast grow, which means the world to me. Wherever you are today, whether your scary thing is admitting you're not okay to one person, setting a boundary for the first time, or standing in front of a room of people, I want you to remember it's the same fear. And every single time you say the scary thing out loud, however small it feels, however big it feels, you're building the exact muscle you're going to need for the next one down the road. Until next week, stay grounded.